I just kind of talk about team's mindset coming back from Vanderbilt with kind of going through the head what needs corrected most before Wednesday night.
I think our defense haven't been where it's supposed to be at. Teams are shooting, but 50-some% in the second half on us. We compete in the first half. We just got to put the first half and the second half together. 20-minute half. I think we're going to play one half or 3/4 of a game most of the time.
Gavin, is there anything to point to with the home success you guys have and the lack of success on the road? I mean, is there any one thing that sticks out?
To me, I think we're like, how when you take a few steps forward and then like 2 steps back. I think that's, what is really on right now, because in the beginning of the season, we were a first half team. In the second half, we'll fall short, but then coming into the SC play, we'll be able to finish out a full game. Now we're kind of falling back into that, that first half team, but keep falling short that second half.
IJ, how tough has it been for you to get into a flow this year? Coming in, you probably had high expectations for yourself, and then you had the hamstring deal, you battle back from that, and then you get the concussion. But how tough has it been to kind of get into a consistent flow?
It's been kind of tough, just like you said, bouncing from injuries, coming back, trying to get back to being aggressive and playing. I think it's not as bad as everyone thinks it is. It's not major injuries, it's minor injuries, so I can get back to being myself. It's just not being out there for weeks or two kind of get you out of your rhythm. But I think it's easier to get back into the rhythm than it is to.
How big a difference is college basketball compared to maybe playing in AAU or high school ball?
Every player out there on the floor is a league player. It's not maybe 1 or 2 people out there can play here and there. It's everybody out there to play, so you got to bring your A game every time you play.
IJ, what do you see in the difference between you guys play at home and you guys play on the road?
I think it's focus. When you go on the road, everybody play off their crowd, and everybody plays better to protect home. And if you're not out there focused for 40 minutes, then you're gonna come up short like we've been coming up short all our road games this year.
How much of an emphasis, Gavin, has it been since y'all been back from Vanderbilt? I know you guys hadn't shot as many free throws as you'd like to, and kind of been more perimeter shots. How much has Coach Ray kind of hammered that home lately?
Yes, sir. I mean, he pointed that out at the end of the game. Like, we took so many threes and didn't get to the line enough. So, I mean, we just have to just come in today and just work on that, because we haven't been aggressive as we needed to. Coming off the Texas A&M and Auburn win, we were aggressive those 2 games. So we got to just get back to that, and just work our way back into, winning games and, try to get a win on the road.
Have you guys been able to kind of wrap your mind around what Coach is talking about when, you only give up 55 against Vandy, but he's still harping on the defense, and your margin of error, I think, might be just so paper thin in that regard. It's hard to just say, hey, Coach, we gave up 55. We played pretty good defense, but it almost seems like his standards are at a higher level.
I mean, every coach has a higher standard for how their team plays. It's just more of us. We have to actually understand that teams can't shoot 50% in neither half for us to really win to be a good defensive ball club altogether. And he pointed that out in every game we played, what our percentage versus their percentage. So if they're shooting 50-something to 40, like 45 and higher percent from the field, then in either half, you probably won't come out with a good outcome.
Yeah, and like he said, in practice when we have every competitive sport, it's like winning triumphs over everything. So it don't matter if you have good defense or bad defense. If you win, it triumphs over everything.
I know you're talking about, some of the areas you're struggling. Are there places where things are going well that you can kind of build on?
Oh, yeah. I think when we get the ball into the post, Gavin or Raquez or Colin, whoever's in there, most of the time it comes out with a positive outcome. Either they're scoring, or if they do miss, other people come out for putback so we can get offensive rebounds on the other side, because being in the paint can mess up everybody's defense. Because when Gavin gets his 2 or 3 people on him and the whole team is looking at him, it's easier for us on the outside to find open spots and just get into a rhythm to where the defense don't know we are because Gavin is so big and everybody, it takes more than one person to stop him on the defense end.
And to add on to that, like our transition offense, like as soon as we get the defensive rebound and we just kick it out, and IJ and Trevante, they just push the ball up the court. It makes it easy for us to just to get 2 points on the board just by transition offense, because we watch film on it all the time and we get anything we want. As soon as we push it, we just push it up the court and just try to finish at the rim.
IJ, you guys have lost 3 in a row, potentially 4 coming up. When's the last time you've kind of experienced a losing streak like this for you personally?
I think this might be the first one.
How are you feeling about that? I mean, because I know Coach Ray talks about you being a winner. I mean, how much does that eat at you that you've lost 3 in a row?
I mean, it's not sitting well, but it's also a team thing and it's a college experience. I think playing in the SEC, you can go lose, 14, 15 games in a row, and you won't even know it. I think we're 3 and 4 in conference right now. We won with our first 3. We won one, lost 1, then won 2 in a row, and lost 3 in a row. That's a big drop, and I'm not really used to it, but everybody just have to come together, and we just got to believe in each other and depend on each other. I think that's really the main focus coming into this week. We don't have enough, we really don't believe in each other 100% like other teams would.
As the floor leader, was there anything you could point to that's kind of why Fred kind of started off the way he did? Is it just a matter of seeing the first one fall?
I talked to Fred actually right before the tip-off. Back Fred was senior year in high school. I call him Jim Hill now. I don't call him Fred no more. I try to remind him of how good he can be at any point in time to keep his confidence up. So I talked to him before the game, and I told him, just go out there and play, have fun. And he came out and scored the first 10, 12 points for us, and I think that gave him his confidence again.
Gavin, what do you remember about the first Texas A&M game?
I mean, just being able to, score, I think that's was the highest point that, our team's confidence level was at an all-time high. I mean, I remember it like it was yesterday, just for us to be that, competitive and, just team-bonded and team-minded, not focus on individual talents, but just come together as a team. I mean, I think that Texas A&M game when we had to go into overtime and really push it out, fight adversity and everything, I believe that's when we finally, our confidence level was at an all-time high.
Do you think that's maybe what this team needs again right now?
Oh, yes, sir. And, I mean, today, tomorrow, and in the Texas A&M game, we will try to, get back to that. Because, I mean, even though it's not, easy to come off a 3-game losing streak and try to win one on the road, I mean, but somehow, somewhere, we got to find that confidence, to be able to be victorious again.
Are you guys starting to get a little tired of the fact that, you're hearing all the outsiders say, this team can't win on the road? Is that eating at you guys a little bit where, now you feel like, we need to get this over the hump, we need to win at A&M? Is that going to happen finally?
I mean, we lost 3. I think it's more of us putting the games behind us. We can't sit there and think and sit on the loss. So I think we're going to come into practice this week and just focus on going to Texas A&M and winning at Texas A&M. I think now that we have put it in us and we actually telling ourselves the truth that we haven't been a good team on the road, I think we can finally get past us not winning games on the road, because I think more people on the team thought we could win games on the road by going out there and just playing freely. But now everybody just have to buckle down and get into one mindset as a team, and everybody has to come together as a whole and go on the away game and win.